Collaborative divorce sounds like an oxymoron. I get that. What it is it's a container, right? So it's a team that you get when you sign up for this process. So each person gets their own attorney, and they are trained in this method of dispute resolution, which is not in the courts. It's totally outside the courts, totally private. We set our own agendas. We set our own pace. We set our own what we're going to talk about. And we also have a mental health neutral and interdisciplinarian who can talk about the parenting plan and what custody might look like and what the parenting plan might look like nitty-gritty things that the attorneys who might be wonderful people just don't have the training of, like a licensed clinical social worker or a PhD who is it's not a therapy role. It's just that sort of expert role for the parenting time plan, and also to keep the emotions low in the room because they're very emotionally intelligent usually. Then we have a financial neutral. So this is the person that gathers all of the financial information. So we have one source that's neutral that everybody can look at and then make decisions. Maybe the spouses will go off with the mental health neutral and work on the parenting plan. Maybe they'll go off with the financial and talk about the financials and come up with budgets and come up with, scenarios to divide the assets and the liabilities. And then the attorneys are here to provide legal advice, but not in an adversarial way. So we're here to make sure that the agreement is done properly, that at the very end of the process, then the agreement is signed, and then we file the complaint for divorce in the court. But we're there to provide counsel more so than, go head to head on things. So it's like it's a team approach, and it sounds so bizarre, but it works. It really, really works. Collaborative law can save you a lot of money in divorce. If you're looking for a way to resolve custody and parenting time, I would say is the number one saver, because there's no expert involved. There's no dueling expert involved. There's no court involved. There are no hearings involved. There's no, paying your attorneys while you're waiting for the court to assign you another date. There's just so much that, especially in the custody arena, that can be talked with and worked through and not in a clinical setting, but with the mental health neutral who has experience in resolving these kinds of things and mapping out that in practical terms what the parenting plan might look like. So although it sounds like a lot of professionals, the efficiency of it is the thing that reduces stress and keeps you out of court, and can ultimately, as opposed to a contentious contested divorce, definitely will save you a lot of money. In collaborative divorce law, we do have confidentiality just like we normally would. That's actually two forms of confidentiality. One with your attorney and your spouse with their attorney, and also within the group. So once we sign that participation agreement that creates that team, you're not allowed to use anything that we develop in that container in court. So that means that there's a commitment to this process, to this amicable, out-of-court, private container, this process. Because even if you decide you don't want to do this anymore and you're going to go to court after all for whatever reason, because this is a voluntary process, you can't take it with you. You can't take whatever was developed in that container to court. So it's a layer of confidentiality that protects people who are participating in collaborative divorce law from having all of that regurgitated to the court. The biggest benefits of collaborative divorce, the whole process, is how it keeps the emotions on a very low simmer. It is number one on our list of priorities to keep that calm, cool, collected. If anybody is activated in terms of being anxious or adversarial or angry, it impairs your ability to make the decisions that are best for yourself and your family. So we can't very well have a productive, rational conversation to move things forward unless we have that sort of calm. And so that is one of the number one benefits and priority of the team, to keep everything just on a very even keel, level playing field. And it's actually the secret role of the mental health neutral is to sometimes talk with the spouses and sometimes even with maybe the attorneys if things are getting like a little bit, one of their little secret roles is to keep everybody on an even keel, no matter what their role is in the team.